Hello Willow class, and welcome back to your learning journey today. Today's date is Wednesday the 27th of January, and our learning question is, can you remember the actions that we learnt yesterday? How important are hedgehogs in the garden food chain? Yesterday we looked at our question to make sure that we understood what we were having to find out. And you were all brilliant explorers yesterday because you were thinking about what you already know about hedgehogs and about gardens, and you were thinking as well what you would like to find out, and that's a really important skill for a scientist. And you know that we're looking at science through our learning journey. Okay, so we're going to have a think first of all about what we all know about hedgehogs and some of the questions that you asked, which we will discover the answers to as we go through our learning journey. So let's have a look. I've gone through your dojo posts and also from our Zoom call yesterday, and I've written in here some of the things that you've told me that you already know. So you told me that hedgehogs come out at night. Lots of you knew that, and some of you knew the scientific name as well for animals that come out at night, and that is nocturnal. Can you say that? Nocturnal. And we thought of some other animals that were nocturnal animals, like foxes or badgers. You told me that they curl up into a ball to protect themselves when they're scared. And some of you told me this amazing scientific word as well, predators. And you told me that predators were often dangerous animals, so we might look into that a little bit more. You told me that they hibernate in winter, okay, that they drink water, and I think some of you told me that they also drink milk. And cat food and eat cat food and dog food, which is interesting. Someone told me that they eat slugs. Yuck. And that they like to live in gardens or woodland areas. You had some fantastic questions, which we will definitely look at in the next couple of weeks. You asked me, what is the best type of habitat for a hedgehog? So where do they like to live? Why do they hibernate? What do they see or hear, and is it different to how we see and hear, or what we see and hear? How long do hedgehogs live for? What does it mean when people say that hedgehogs are a gardener's friend? And that links really well to our question, doesn't it? How important are hedgehogs in the garden food chain? What else do they eat? What else do hedgehogs eat other than slugs? Where and how do they sleep? And are they rare creatures? And are they found anywhere else in the world? Some amazing questions, so well done everyone. Now, you also told me that you know that hedgehogs are small animals, they're mammals, and of course they are a living thing. We're going to look in a little more detail today, just to make sure we know the difference between things that are living, things that are non-living, and things that were once alive. Okay, let's have a look. I've got some pictures here, and I wonder if you could have a think, pause the video. How could we sort these things into different groups? I've got a person, I've got some cutlery. Oh, do you know what this is? That's right, it's a fossil. Does anyone know what those types of fossils are called? They're called ammonites. I've got a dog. Oh, I've got some paper, a water bottle. I've got a tree, a leaf. I've got a computer, and I've got a plastic cup. Pause the video, have a think. How could we group these items? How could we sort these into groups? Okay, I wonder what you said. I've put the tree, a person and a dog in one group. I've put the fossil, the paper and a leaf in another group. And I've put some cutlery a cup, a plastic water bottle, and a computer in another group. How have I sorted these groups? Could you label each group? Let's find out what I've said. So, which of these groups where all the items have never been alive? Well, a leaf isn't alive, is it? But, oh look, it was once alive. A fossil was once living, because fossils are creatures from a long, long time ago. Okay, and they've been preserved, look. It's not alive anymore, but it was at once. Paper, how was that once alive? Well, paper comes from trees, and trees are living things. So did the leaf. The leaf looks dead now. It's fallen off the tree. Perhaps it's autumn or winter, but it was once alive, part of something living. Now, these things were never alive. A computer's never been alive. Cutlery, that's metal and plastic, so that's never been alive. And of course, these things are all living things. So, living, once living, and never alive. So, all living things need certain things. So, all living things react to their surroundings. So that means that they might move in the breeze, or if it's a human, we have our senses. Okay, so we feel things. All living things need air. Okay, so we need air, and humans breathe, and plants take in oxygen and carbon dioxide. They're taking carbon dioxide and air in different ways to us. All living things have to feed, so they have to get their energy from something. All living things grow. All living things reproduce, so they make more of themselves. So like a dog might have puppies, okay, or a plant might have, or a tree might spread its seeds and then they grow new ones. And of course, all living things get rid of waste as well. So here is your task for today. I would like you to see if you can find 3 different items. It could be around your house, it could be something if you look out your window, and I would like you to try and choose one thing that is living, one thing that is non-living, so it's never been alive, and one thing that has once been alive. And I'd like you to name what those things are here. So here I've got a wooden bench, so I'm going to write that in here, wooden bench, and I would like you to draw a picture in the box below. And then I would like you to tell me whether it is a living thing, was once alive, or had never been alive. But the really important thing I would like you to do today is make sure you write the word because. Because I want you to try and explain how you know. So for example, let's think about this wooden bench. Well, I know this was once alive. It's not alive anymore, is it? Okay, but where is that wood going to have come from? That's right. The wood will have come from a tree. So I know this was once alive because the wood came from a tree. Now, how do we know that trees are living things? Let's think back to the previous slide. Well, I know that trees need energy. I know that trees grow, okay, and they definitely move. They react to their surroundings, don't they? So I could write that in here. So I know this was once alive. I'm going to butterfly my work. I know this bench was once alive because the wood came from a tree. Trees grow and move in the wind. They also need air, okay. And what else do they do that where something is living? Have a think. trees grow and move in the wind, they also need air and reproduce. Okay, so they might have seeds which they spread, and that can grow new trees. Okay, so I'd like you to have a think. If you've done something that's once alive, something that's alive now, and something that's never been alive, so that might be something else that you find in your house that's made of things that have never come from anything living. So for our success criteria, we need to make sure that we use because to justify our ideas. We need to make sure that we start our sentences with capital letters and full stops at the end. And I'd like you to make sure that you're reading back your sentences to check that they make sense. Okay, capital letters, full stops, and make sure that you are explaining how you know whether your item is alive, was once alive, or never been alive. Okay. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you find in your house and writing about whether it's living or non-living. Well done, everybody.